Hello, this is a short video on how to register to volunteer for New Zealand's Festival of Tennis using allcourt.co.nz. There are 3 steps to this. First is to register, then to set your shift preferences, and then to set up the details on your profile. The first step is to open your web browser and to go to allcourt.co.nz as we see here, and hopefully this is what you'll see. Most of the people watching this aren't going to have accounts, so of course the first step is to register. There's a number of ways to register. We recommend using Facebook or Google if you already have those accounts set up. If you don't, or if you'd prefer, you can also use an email address and a new password. The advantage of obviously using Facebook and Google is that it will automatically make sure that you don't have any typos in your email and that your first name and last name are correct and everything. It doesn't use those accounts at all. This application won't be posting to your Facebook wall or doing anything on your behalf. You won't see anything new in Facebook as a result. It's only using these for authentication. So it's completely safe. But for this case, we'll go ahead and set this up. Using a username and password. I'll just type in an account that I've already created, just a kind of a fake account. User.gmail. Of course, I'm using a Gmail account. I could have used the connect using Google above. And we register. When we register, this will send us an email that will verify, and you can see up here I have my email open. This will allow us to verify that our email actually works, and what this does is makes sure that we have a good email address for you. To verify your email, you just simply have to click this link in your email, and if you wait just a moment, you'll see that here we go, email verified. So if you just wait a moment, then this should pop up. You'll also notice that this created a new tab. You can use this one, that's fine. You can also close it and use the one we already had open. I'm going to go ahead and delete this mail. There's no reason to keep it around. And we'll go back to here. So we're all registered now. So that was the register step. The next step is to go in and specify your preferences. All of your preferences are related specifically to a tournament. Many of us think about the whole 2 weeks, the Festival of Tennis, as just kind of one big long tournament, but of course it's 2 separate tournaments. So you can go in and register for one or both. I'll start with the one on top, and it shows you here that you have to register in order to move forward. So the first thing we'll do is to register. On this step, we'll specify our role in the tournament and our team, and of course all of these are our terms that we have to agree to in order to get accreditation. This application is meeting the needs of pretty much everyone involved with the tournament. Most of the people watching this video will be volunteers, so we'll check volunteers, and after we check volunteers, the teams over here are all relevant to volunteers. I'll specify drivers as my first choice, and then scroll down, accept the terms, and register. So now we're all registered, and eventually there it is, there's the email. This email introduces us to the volunteer coordinator at Tennis Auckland. And so you can see here that it shows that we've registered for the Heineken Open as a volunteer driver. And if you have any questions, volunteers at tennisauckland.co.nz is copied on this, so you can just reply to this if you have any questions or concerns or anything. So you might want to keep that email around. Here you can see that it's automatically chosen our first choice. Mine was drivers, and it shows us all of the shifts for the Heineken Open. This will always show us the current tournament. And we can choose the shifts that we're interested in. So let's say, for example, I want to work for this first part of the day. As I check these, they're being saved, as you can see from here. And on this day, I want to work the late shift. And so you can go through, and this is asking for your availability. So we would recommend that you check all of the slots that it's possible for you to work. It's not likely that you'll work all of them, but it gives us a sense of your availability, so that when we're trying to move things around, we understand how much flexibility we have. And of course, there's going to be a lot of verbal communication and through email, so it's not all just this application. You're certainly not going to have to volunteer any more than you choose to. You can also specify what your other preferences, like for example, if drivers aren't needed as much and marshals are, then it would be good for us to know what your other choices are. So you can just drag and drop these into the positions where you, as they reflect your preferences. And when you're all finished with choosing all of the shifts that you have availability for, then you can save and continue. And here you can see this is the third step. So now we've specified all of our preferences for our first choice, and we're moving on to listing our profile information. The first thing we should do is probably pick a picture. This is the photo that will show up on your badge. So rather than pictures of your cats, it's probably a good idea to choose a photo that is a good headshot. I'm choosing a picture off of my hard drive. So I have one here. I'll choose that one. When that's finished uploading, we can close this window, and this will continue processing the image. We can then go through and specify other information like our shirt size. For the birth date, this control, you can select the month and then the year. This is an easier way to kind of navigate through to find your birth date so that we'll know how old you are. And then of course this is just normal information. Apartment 3 at 14 Pi Crescent. Little math joke. Parnell, Auckland. And then when we save this profile, everything will be saved. And this is good because this ensures that we always have the latest information for you. When you're finished here, the next step is just to go back to the home and register for the next one, or otherwise you're all finished. Hopefully this little video gave you a bit of an understanding about how to go about registering. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at the link right here. Have a nice day.